Gentlemen, there's one crucial concept that often gets overlooked in the world of dating and relationships. Many men believe that financial success is the key to unlocking attraction. But the reality is far more complex. When a woman is genuinely attracted to a man, she naturally makes herself available, effortlessly. However, if a man has to lead with wealth, using money as the primary means to gain access, it's a clear sign that the attraction isn't authentic. This is where many men, especially those who struggled with dating early in life, fall into a dangerous misconception: if I get rich, I can have any woman I want. The truth is, women who are truly drawn to you won't require extravagant gifts or financial incentives to stay. If you speak to men who are naturally confident and attractive, you'll often hear them say they've never had to spend excessively to be with someone. They understand that genuine connection isn't about external wealth but about personal magnetism, character, and confidence. Now, let's talk about a common pitfall that wealthy men face. When you attract someone based on your resources rather than who you are as a person, you end up with relationships that are transactional, not meaningful. The women in these situations may enjoy the luxurious lifestyle, but deep down, their loyalty often lies elsewhere. Many men unknowingly finance a lifestyle for someone who is emotionally invested in another person. This is particularly evident in places where wealth is abundant, and transactional relationships become the norm. The core issue isn't just about money, it's about self-awareness and how we select partners. If people focused on building connections with those who align with them in terms of values, interests, and even physical attraction, relationships would be far more fulfilling. However, many men aim beyond their level, believing that attraction alone is enough to sustain a relationship. But here's a deeper question: is this a human tendency? Do we always desire what feels just out of reach? Research suggests that self-perception plays a significant role in partner selection. If you are secure in your self-worth, you're more likely to appreciate and build something meaningful with someone who truly reciprocates your energy. However, when insecurity comes into play, many people seek validation by pursuing partners they feel will elevate their status rather than bring genuine connection. For men, there's often an inclination to chase someone based purely on looks, but relying solely on physical attraction as a foundation for a relationship is a recipe for dissatisfaction. Women can sense when a man is overly fixated on appearance, and unfortunately, this often leads to a lack of respect. If a woman realizes that a man values her only for her beauty and not for her character, she may feel empowered to manipulate the situation. A man who makes it clear that respect, behavior, and emotional depth matter just as much as looks will naturally command more admiration and devotion. At the end of the day, attraction is more than just a game of status or superficial appeal. True compatibility is built on mutual respect, emotional connection, and a shared vision for the future. If men shift their focus from chasing an idealized image to fostering real connections, they will not only experience more fulfilling relationships but also avoid the pitfalls of one-sided attraction. We'll start with some observations about women that every man needs to know. Next, we see the difference between men and women through the following 7 things. What men need to know about women. So, if you find yourself constantly chasing, take a step back and ask, am I truly seeking connection? Or am I just trying to prove something? The answer might just change the way you approach relationships forever. 1. We don't want you to fix it, we just want you to listen. There's no concept I've had to explain more as a marriage therapist than this one right here. A simple, sounds like you've had a really hard day, goes so much farther than, here's what you should do to make it better. Women just want to feel validated, supported, and heard, unless maybe there's a nail sticking out of our head. 2. We appreciate the little things. Believe it or not, when it comes to impressing us, you don't have to go big or go home. This applies to all things. Because what we're really looking for is thoughtfulness, kind words, meaningful touch, small acts of service. Your love is best communicated in the details. When my husband walks in the door with a beautiful flower he picked along the way, it melts my heart more than 10 dozen roses ever could because he thought of me in the most unexpected moment. The little things often say the most. 3. Don't mistake our tears for weakness. Early on in our dating relationship and marriage, John had to get used to my tears. Growing up with all brothers conditioned him to the idea that tears equal sadness, so seeing my tears of anger, excitement, frustration, and joy took some getting used to. And that's not to mention, that time of month, tears. Just having one of those days, tears. And, I have no idea why I'm crying, tears. Men, as you learn to understand these tears, remember that they are not a sign of weakness but a sign of strength. The strength to be real, vulnerable, and genuine. The strength to be passionate and compassionate. And the strength to actually feel. 4. We wake up looking a lot different from when we went to bed. No matter how many psychology and counseling courses I've taken, books I've read, and research projects I've participated in, I still can't seem to figure out why in the world we women wake up looking like crazy zombie people while our husbands look even cuter. Somehow, we decompose through the night to an almost unrecognizable state in the morning. It's something I feel that all men should know so they have an idea of exactly what it is they're getting into. Winking face, oh. But don't worry, according to my husband, it's not nearly as bad as I make it sound. 5. The worst thing you can do to get us to calm down is to tell us to relax. In fact, there's probably no other word that could get us more riled up. What is it about the word relax that drives us so loony? Not sure, but most women I talk to feel the exact same way. Whether it's relax or some other hot button word, remember to always handle us with care. 6. We want to be your partner, not your mother. Women have the unhealthy tendency of taking care of the men in their lives, and then resenting them. The truth is, we were made to nurture. But in marriage and in healthy relationships, that nurturing needs to be played out in the context of a give and take relationship. We want to serve, yet we also need to be served. We want to give, but we also need to feel that we're receiving. We want to be able to take care of our man, but just as much, we want to feel that he's taking good care of us. 7. We think a man's most attractive quality is his heart. No matter what other messages this world may feed you, don't ever lose sight of this most important thing. Your faith, purity, character, honesty and integrity are more meaningful to any good woman than all else you could offer her. Our culture might make you feel like good guys come out last, but it's those good guys that we women want to spend the rest of our lives with. It's true that men and women can often see life differently, but the beauty of different perspectives is that they lend themselves to us doing life together. Here's to God's creativity, a creativity that is seen through our genders, in our personalities, and among all of our relationships.